Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Blanco the Slime, and it's time for your best things to buy in Grand Theft Auto Online this week. Of course, this is a weekly series I do here on the channel, and we got a good one today, man. We got businesses on sale, a crap ton of cars on sale, really good cars at that. And we also got free vehicles like this one I'm driving here, the Grotti Italia GTO, one of the best cars in the game. Practically free. Of course, we're going to go into all those details and more, double money, the whole 9 yards. But before we do, take 1 second of your time, hit that like and subscribe button. Welcome back if you've been down with the channel, and also welcome if you are new. If you are interested in consistent GTA content, I do make that here on the channel. So again, hit that like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Now, to kick things off, we do have a business sale, and that is going to be for the salvage yard, which is also what the double money is. So this week you will have double money on the salvage yard safe, which we will get into in just a bit. But these are the locations of the salvage yards. Personally, I got mine all the way here to the right because I do have a vehicle workshop, or a vehicle warehouse, I should say, for the exports right across from it. So that's the reason I got this one. It just matches up. As you can see here, I have both my businesses literally in the same lot, but a lot of people also like the Strawberry location for the salvage yards. But it's all up to you. Just don't do the La Puerta location because you will trigger a gang attack almost every time you go into your business. But anyway, let's move on to the upgrades, which are also 30%. So your tint is pretty much just going to be cosmetic, but you see here I have it blanked out because I bought it already. But the get trade rates, that's basically going to make your Mors Mutual insurance claims half price, and also when you repair vehicles at Los Santos Customs, it will be half price. Then you can buy the tow truck. You have the regular tow truck, which I purchased, and then also the tow truck beater, which is going to be just slightly slower. At least that's what I've heard online and read online. So you probably want to go with the regular tow truck, especially while it's 30% off. Excuse me, I'm all over the place here. But anyway, you also have the wall safe, which is also blanked out for me because my wall safe is bought. But this will basically raise the maximum capacity of your wall safe from $100,000 to $250,000, which is going to come in clutch this week while it's double money. So I would suggest getting the wall safe if you don't have one. And then also you can purchase staff, which you can see there is the last thing blanked out for me. But staff will basically dismantle your cars 2 times faster. That's basically when you do the actual tow truck, jobs. You bring back the cars and your staff will salvage the parts. So buying the staff upgrade will make that process 2 times faster. So definitely worth it. But staying on the phone, staying on the web here, we're going to head over to Legendary Motorsports. We have a ton of discounts, and I mean a ton, and a lot of them on really good cars. So these are all 40% off. Coming in first, we have the Ocelot Virtue, which you can get for free by doing the first and last dose missions, and I don't see why you would need more than one Ocelot Virtue. But if you do want another one after already claiming the free one, you can purchase it now for 40% off. So if for whatever reason you wanted 2 Ocelot Virtues, now is definitely the time to go ahead and purchase you one. Like I said, it is 40% off, but we have a bunch of other vehicles also at 40% off. Coming in next, we have the Anis 300R. This is an Amani Tech vehicle. You could put plates on it, all types of stuff, the whole 9 yards, the whole shebang. Very, very good car, decent amount of customization, actually a pretty good amount of customization. I think this came out during the tuners era, and all those cars just had like a bunch of customization. But next up at 40% off, we have the Lampadati Corsita. This is one of my personal favorite cars. It's based off a Maserati, coupe sports vehicle. I'm forgetting the name, I'm blanking on it right now, but it's based off like a supercar Maserati. Looks absolutely awesome, pretty good performance. I would say the handling could be a bit better, but definitely a good buy. You can't go wrong with buying the Corsita in my opinion. But next up, we have my favorite vehicle in the entire game, the Pegassi Ignis. This is not the weaponized Ignis, this is the base Ignis. It looks awesome, it handles awesome, accelerates awesome, decent top speed. Overall, this is my favorite car to drive in the game, and it's also 40% off, coming in at 1.6 million. And then we have the Prosian Emirates. This is another one of my favorite cars. I would definitely suggest buying it. The Cheval Tapion, or Tapion, however you want to pronounce it. These are all 40% off. I wouldn't suggest buying the Tapion though, or this Grotti prototype, whatever you want to call it. Both the Tapion and the Proto, they both suck. They have really bad downforce bugs and glitches. They're way too big and oversized. Definitely don't purchase them even if they're 40% off. I would highly suggest getting the Pegassi Ignis, the Lampadati Corsita, and the Projan Emrys if you are looking to buy a nice new coupe, supercar. I would definitely suggest the Projan Emrys. It is based off of a McLaren in real life. It's absolutely sick. It's one of the faster cars in the game that are not HSW. So if you are on last gen and don't have HSW, you definitely want to go ahead and get you that Projan Emrys. It's one of the best, circuit time cars in the entire game. The handling is actually pretty good at top speeds as well. And like I said, of course, the Corsita and the Ignis, both very, very solid options, especially the Ignis, my absolute favorite car in the game. Moving on to the 4-door category at Legendary Motorsports, we have the Obey Tailgater S. Now, this is also 40% off and only going to cost $672,000. One of the better sedans, 4-door cars, whatever you want to call it, in the game, in my opinion. Also, a ton of customization. It came with the tuners update, so there's a ton of customization. The car is good. I would definitely suggest buying it. Now, moving on to the Warstock Cash and Carry, we do have the weaponized Tampa. Now, I would only recommend getting this car if you have unlocked the weapon upgrades through the research in your bunker. Your bunker business, of course, you can assign your technicians to research where they can get these weapons like the front-mounted machine guns, the missiles, and then also the sentry gun on top of the weaponized Tampa. These are going to be locked behind those research projects. So unless you have completed them at your bunker, I wouldn't suggest getting this car. But if you have, I would definitely suggest getting it. This car is an absolute beast, and especially at 40% off, you really can't go wrong with that. But anyway, let's move to our salvage yard. As I mentioned earlier, we have double money in the safe, so this is going to come from the tow truck service jobs. Of course, you're going to go out, tow the cars, bring them back to your your business, and your technicians or your staff will dismantle these cars and you will receive money passively. And based on how many tow jobs you do, Jesus, I'm all over the place. Based on how many tow jobs you do, that's how much money your wall safe will produce. A maximum of $24,000 normally, but now will be $48,000 with double money. But let's move on to the mother load of this week. In my opinion, that's going to be the Grotti Itali GTO. Is the claimable vehicle this week with the salvage yard. By far the best claimable vehicle we have ever had to date with the salvage yard. Of course, they give us these every couple weeks. This is the best one by far. It's gonna have the LS Panic plate. That's like the purple and yellow one that we got the last time. But this car is one of the best sports cars. Actually, screw that. It's the best sports car in the entire game. I can stamp that for you. I promise you that. Best lap time out of any of the sports cars, best handling, best acceleration, one of the best top speeds, really good customization, looks really good, absolute beauty. This is a top 5 car in the game, and you can get it for a whopping $20,000. Once you complete the robbery, you can claim it for $20,000. Of course, it would be half price if you have the document forgery office. You can claim it for $10,000, but definitely get this done. Who cares what the other 2 cars even are this week? All you need to know is the Grotti Itali GTO is a claimable car this week. Definitely get on that. And, it saves you a ton of money because this car is normally like $2.5 million. And saving money isn't a bad idea when we got a DLC right around the corner. So I did want to mention that earlier. Although a bunch of these dope cars are on sale, be careful because there is a DLC coming and they want you to get them shark cards. That's why they're putting all this stuff on sale. But anyway, let's move on to the podium vehicle at the casino. We have this like classic Weevil, classic bug car looking thing. I'm not really too psyched about it. It looks okay, I guess. The livery's rather interesting, especially if you're a stoner, a hippie type of dude or gal. But I am gonna spin the wheel live, as is the custom here on these weekly series that I do of best things to buy in GTA Online for the week. So we are gonna spin the wheel live for you guys, and let's see what we get, man. Normally I've gotten clothing in the past multiple times. I get the car a few times. The key is you want to like tap the analog down very lightly, just like this. I actually got it off perfectly, and it looks like we might actually have a chance to get the car. Oh my god, we got it. We got the car, ladies and gentlemen. We got the car live for you guys. We got the car. I don't know which garage I'm going to throw it in, but I'll figure it out. Moving on down to the LS Car Meet, your prize ride this week is going to be the Pfister Comet S2 Cabrio. Now, the handling on this car isn't all that great, but it is still a really good car, especially with how easy the challenge is. All you have to do is place top 4 for 5 days straight in LS Car Meet Series races, which is really not that hard to do. That is, of course, if you can find them. Sometimes I find when I try to do these races, I can't even really find them. It's like nobody even really plays them. But let's move on to your test track vehicles this week. If you are on Next Gen, you will have the Karin Vivinite as the HSW test track vehicle. Now, I can't really say anything too special about this car other than the fact that it looks really cool and looks, much like its real life version. Lately, Rockstar, it's like they don't care about copyright anymore. Like all the new cars they've been adding, they just look exactly like the real life versions. But here we have the Vapid Blade. This is going to be one of your regular test track vehicles. We also have the Hijack Rustin as one of your test track vehicles, and the Pegassi Zaruso. Now, the Pegassi Zaruso is going to be 40% off, and it is the vehicle that I would recommend the most out of all three. It is pretty pricey, and it doesn't perform like crazy well. It's not like a top performing vehicle by any means, but it looks really cool. It is a removed vehicle, which is also an important piece of information, and has pretty good customization, and I overall just enjoy driving it in free play or, stuff like that. So I would suggest getting the Pegassi Zaruso if you have the money for it. But again, with everything I'm saying today, keep in mind the DLC is coming next week, and also this weekly update ends on Tuesday. So anything you do want to buy that I'm showing today here in this video, make sure you do it by Tuesday. But again, don't drain your pockets because the DLC is coming. Now, moving down to Simeon's, we have the Dubachi GT. Now, this thing doesn't really perform too well, but it also doesn't cost too much money. So I guess you can say you're getting a decent vehicle, for what you're paying for. But would I recommend this vehicle to buy? Probably not. It's not on sale. It is a removed vehicle, but it's not on sale, and it's nothing really too special. Next up, we have the classic Enos Rolls Royce. Now, this is the Rolls Royce from when the game first came out. I do wish they added like a newer model Rolls Royce, but this one still looks pretty cool, I guess. It does look a little outdated, though, the grille and stuff like that. I probably wouldn't suggest buying that one all that much, unless you really want to. But next up, we have the Peugeot Tyrus. Now, this is based off like that long McLaren. I forget what it's called in real life, but it has like a long trunk, and I would probably actually suggest buying that one. It is a removed vehicle. Now, here we have Trevor's truck. Of course, it's not in the same color, but this is the same model as Trevor's truck from Story Mode, so it has a little bit of like nostalgia, I guess. So if you're into that, go ahead and buy it. The Western Rat bike I wouldn't suggest buying because it has rat in the name, and I don't condone anything that has to do with rats. So out of everything in Simeon's, I would probably suggest the Peugeot Tyrus. It's not on sale, but it's a pretty cool car, and it is removed, so maybe not a bad choice if you want to go ahead and cop that. And here we are at Luxury Autos. I swear there's like no point of even coming here anymore. Anyway, moving on to your weekly time trials. Your regular time trial will be located right here. This will pay out $100,000, so I would definitely suggest doing it. It only takes like 2 minutes of your time, basically like free money. Next up, we have the HSW time trials for next gen players, of course. This pays out $250,000, and your location is going to be right here on the map. So as well, get this done if you can. It's only about 2 minutes of your time. If you do both, that's $350,000. You want to make any money that you possibly can before this DLC drops, because of course it is going to cost a decent amount of money. If you are looking for ways to make money in Grand Theft Auto Online, I have a ton on my channel. Just go ahead and click the video catalog, find any type of guides. You got Cayo Perico guides, business guides, best way to make solo money, anything you can possibly be looking for on how to fill up your pockets in GTA Online. And that pretty much wraps up our video. Again, I usually do these weekly, every Friday or Saturday. I'll try to upload these weekly series where I go over the best things to buy or spend your money on or invest your time in Grand Theft Auto Online when it comes to making money that week and stuff like that. So if that is something that interests you, or consistent GTA content in general interests you, hit that like and subscribe button. Again, if you are new, welcome, and if you've been down with the channel, welcome back. And until the next one, peace out, boys.